What if I told you the biggest advantage rich kids have isn't trust funds or connections? It's a set of simple money lessons most families never teach. Warren Buffett bought his first stock at 11. Meanwhile, most kids at that age are begging for video games. That gap? It's not luck. It's deliberate education. Today, we're breaking down the exact money lessons wealthy parents drill into their kids. Lessons that could change your financial future. The toy versus stock mindset. Picture two 12-year-olds. One blows their birthday money on the latest sneakers. The other buys a share of Disney stock. Fast forward 20 years. Who do you think ends up wealthier? The shoes are long worn out, but that single share? It's split multiple times and paid dividends. That's the power gap most families never see coming. Most kids learn money as something to spend. Rich kids learn it as something to own. Think about the difference between save for college and buy something that pays for college. One approach builds a piggy bank, the other builds an asset. Take Roblox as a real-world example. A regular kid asks their parents for Robux to spend in the game. A wealth-educated kid recognizes they could buy stock in the actual company instead. Suddenly, their gaming habit starts paying them back. Here's what's fascinating about this mindset shift. Kids who start investing early develop what behavioral economists call an owner brain. They begin seeing money differently, not as confetti to toss around, but as seeds that grow into something bigger. A 14-year-old watches their stock fluctuate and learns patience. They see dividends hit their account and grasp passive income before most adults do. The beautiful part? This lesson doesn't require family wealth. A $20 stock purchase teaches the same core principles as a $20,000 one. The lemonade stand MBA. The amount doesn't matter, the mental model does. Wealthy parents don't just drop big investments into their kids' accounts. They make them participate in choosing and tracking them. Even if it's just one share of their favorite toy company, they're planting a financial seed. You see this everywhere once you know to look. Regular parents teach budgeting around allowance money.
Wealth-aware parents turn every purchase decision into an ownership opportunity. Do you want the video game, or do you want to own a piece of the company that makes it?
Here's your wake-up call. Money isn't just what you earn or save, it's what you put to work. Rich kids learn this by age 10. The rest of us piece it together, if we're lucky, by 30. But here's the twist. Schools won't teach this, which means it's on you to pass it along. Whether you're learning it now or teaching it tomorrow, this single realization changes financial trajectories. Because eventually, everyone figures out that sneakers wear out. But ownership compounds. Most kids get an allowance. Wealth-educated kids get term sheets. That's the first clue something different is happening here. When a 12-year-old has to pay back their parents' business loan for lemonade stand supplies with interest, they're not just playing store, they're getting an MBA in miniature. The typical teenage job teaches one thing, trading hours for dollars. Mow lawns, get cash. But wealthy families flip this script. Their kids still mow lawns, they just don't do it themselves. Instead, they might hire the neighbor kid for $15, charge the homeowner $25, and keep the $10 difference. Suddenly, a chore becomes a lesson in profit margins, delegation, and leverage. These parents know minimum wage teaches obedience. Profit teaches strategy. Take sneaker flipping, a modern goldmine for teens who get it. A regular kid saves up $100 to buy the shoes they want. A wealth-educated kid uses that $100 to buy 2 pairs of limited editions, sells them for $150 each, and now has $200 to replay the cycle. Within months, they instinctively understand concepts most adults struggle with. Inventory turns, market demand, cash flow. You won't find this in school workbooks. Data confirms this isn't random. Kids with self-employed parents are 3 times more likely to start businesses. Not because of some wealth gene, but because they absorb operational thinking at the dinner table. Normal families debate homework. Entrepreneurial families analyze why the cupcake stand down the street outsells theirs. Here's how you replicate it without being a CEO. Treat every childhood hobby as a prototype business. Failed ones teach more than any part-time job ever could. That collectible card game? A lesson in market speculation. The handmade bracelet phase, a crash course in production costs. Even losing $20 selling slime to classmates teaches more about pricing psychology than making $200 at a cash register. Wealthy parents don't hand over fish or even fishing poles. They teach how to spot hungry crowds at the docks. Their kids might lose money on 5 ventures before hitting their stride, but each failure downloads critical software into their financial operating system, the kind that most of us spend our 20s hacking together through trial and error. The takeaway? Allowance creates employees. Business loans create bosses. One approach builds savings accounts. The other builds people who understand why savings accounts are just parking lots for money that should be working elsewhere. Your move, the dinner table stock market. Other families debate whether their kid made the soccer team. Wealthy families analyze why their Nike stock just gained 3%. That dinner table difference? It's where financial fluency gets baked in before puberty. Normal kids get asked about math tests. Wealth-educated kids get quizzed on which of their birthday money stocks performed best this quarter. One approach makes finance feel like homework. The other makes it feel like fantasy sports with real payouts. Take McDonald's, not just as a meal, but as a case study. A regular child sees a happy meal. A financially immersed child learns that same meal represents franchise royalties, real estate holdings, and global supply chains. This isn't about pushing kids into finance careers. It's about pattern recognition. When a 10-year-old tracks Disney stock alongside Marvel movie releases, they spot correlations most adults miss. They notice their Roblox purchases might show up in an earnings report. Suddenly, every spending decision comes with invisible context that most people never consider. What's wild is how early this starts. Some wealthy kindergartners get stock reports instead of gold stars. They grasp that companies have teams, executives, and scores, quarterly earnings, before understanding multiplication. While normal middle schoolers memorize state capitals, these kids can explain why housing prices differ between those same states. The mechanism is simple but powerful: integration over instruction. These parents don't sit kids down for dry investing lectures. They sneak lessons into everyday conversation. Netflix raised prices. Should we cancel or analyze why they can? That one dinner question does more than a semester of personal finance class. The barrier to entry is comically low. Pick one company your family interacts with weekly. Starbucks, Apple, Walmart. Track its stock together for a month. Debating whether to dump your shares when the price drops teaches emotional discipline. Celebrating a 2% gain teaches patience. Both lessons stick better than any textbook diagram of bull markets. Financial literacy spreads through exposure, not exams. You learn money the same way you learn a language, through immersion and daily use. Schools won't provide this. Banks can't package it, but any parent or curious adult can start tonight. The cheat code? Stop talking about money in the abstract. Map it to the real businesses already woven through your life. That's the real inheritance wealthy kids get. Not stocks, but lenses. Not accounts, but instincts. While others eventually learn to read balance sheets, they've been speaking that language since elementary school. The good news? Fluency doesn't require generational wealth, just consistent, contextual conversation. Like any language, you pick it up faster when you start young, but it's never too late to become bilingual in money. Here's the secret. None of these money lessons require a trust fund. They're daily habits anyone can adopt starting today. That stock mindset? You can practice by buying one share of a company you like. Those business principles? Apply them to your next side hustle. The dinner table talks? Start tonight with one financial observation about a store you visited. Warren Buffett wasn't born with investing knowledge. Someone taught him. That's your power move now. Choose one lesson from today that hit home. Choose one lesson from today that hit home. Teach it to a younger sibling, your future self, or your own kids someday. Drop your starter lesson in the comments. Let's see what sticks.